How you doing? Mr. DJ here, resuming countdown my fantasy playlist, March the 18th, 1989, we're up to number 15, up 17 the previous week. Bon Jovi from New Jersey, I'll Be There For You. I remember when New Jersey first came out, late summer 1988. Bad Medicine was the first single. That explosive atomic blast of a guitar riff by Richie Sambora that launched that record. I mean, it was awesome. Awesome. And I remember the video, we had concert footage of the group with their fans, and their fans lining up to watch, to see Bon Jovi. And Bon Jovi, well, could do no wrong in the 80s, particularly in the late 80s. Of course, the hair metal thing would kind of fizzle out by the 90s, but still, you got to enjoy it while you can. Yes. Those hairspray factories were probably working overtime back in the 80s. All right, enough of that. Bon Jovi, I'll Be There For You is their third single. I think it's their third single. I'm consulting my notes. I wrote these notes down a few nights ago. Chicken scratch, pure chicken scratch. That's what my 8th grade math teacher called my writing, chicken scratch. Just stuck with me. Anyway, it was their third album, not their third album, third single off the album. Well, it was their fourth number one hit. It'd be their last number one hit. New Jersey, I'll Be There For You from New Jersey by Bon Jovi. Some people thought, and it does have an eerie similarity, some of the melody of the record, reminiscent of Don't Let Me Down by the Beatles or by John Lennon, which is from either the Get Back or the Let It Be session, and produced by Bruce Fairbairn. Oh my God, Bruce Fairbairn, one of the leading producers, one of the leading rock and roll producers back in the day. Unfortunately, he passed away about 20 years ago in 1999. He was 49 years old, but he produced albums by Aerosmith, Crocus. He produced the album Get Lucky by Loverboy. I got it down on my notes here somewhere. I thought, yeah, Loverboy. Get Lucky by Loverboy, which went platinum 4 times over, and Slippery When Wet by Bon Jovi. One that had Living on a Prayer on there, You Give Love a Bad Name. Both of those went to number one. Those singles, produced by Bruce Fairbairn. Bruce Fairbairn got started as a producer for Prism. Prism never got big here in America, but boy, they came out with some great records up in Canada. Spaceship Superstar in 1977, Take Me to Your Captain in late 77, early 78, produced by Bruce Fairbairn, and those songs written by Jim Valance, who later became a co-writing sidekick with Bryan Adams. But anyway, that's where he got started, Bruce Fairbairn. Bruce Fairbairn won 3 Junos, Producer of the Year, Canadian equivalent to the Grammy Awards. But Bon Jovi, I gotta tell you, Bon Jovi came under some severe criticism by some of the, well, I don't want to say classic rock fans, but by some of the critics. I'll never forget one night. I was listening to a radio station on my Walkman. Remember the Walkmans? Put it on your ear. You can listen to a cassette tape or to a radio station. I had one of those big red Walkmans, thick headphones. Well, I was listening to one of the critics. It might have been Dave Marsh, but don't quote me on that because I forgot who the critic was. But the critic, oh my God, came down on Bon Jovi like a ton of bricks. I mean, you'd think listening to this guy that Bon Jovi was the worst band that ever came out. He just absolutely tore into, lacerated the album New Jersey. Nonetheless, Bon Jovi had about 2. I think Bad Medicine went to number 1, and of course, I'll Be There For You also went to number 1 off the New Jersey album for Bon Jovi. But they came under their share of critics. The hair metal bands, God, they were hated by the so-called legit heavy metal fans. But still, no denying the popularity of the hair metal bands back in the day. Well, anyway, some of the other bands that Bruce Fairbairn produced, I mentioned Aerosmith, Crocus, and also Honeymoon Suite back in the day. 12 times platinum, Slippery When Wet. Bon Jovi had this knack, with some help from Bruce Fairbairn, of taking hard records that were too hard to play on a lot of these so-called CHR contemporary hit radio stations, and made them commercially accessible. to the masses. So you had these great hard rock records with catchy melodies, like You Give Love a Bad Name and Bad Medicine, that went to #1 on Billboard's Hot 100. Bon Jovi's I'll Be There For You at number 15 on my fancy playlist, March 18th, 1989.